Hey, hey, everyone! Hello, hello. VASSY is in our green room right now. She's also on her Instagram live. So we've still got VASSY still in our green room.
Yay.
Now I can hear
We're
myself on too. I'm
so
gonna take that one off.
excited.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna bring her on.
Awesome.
How does this work? Is there a filter or something?
There.
No filter needed. Looking good, Vassy. How you doing?
Ha.
I'm good. What's up, you guys?
Great. Doing good. How you
Can
doing?
I just ask you to flip your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but I'm gonna be upside down. No.
Oh, it didn't flip
Sounds
for you.
good.
Oh, it was better the other way. At least you weren't sideways.
We'll just keep
All
it this
good.
way. Is that cool?
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, that's all
Okay,
good.
awesome.
Hello, welcome everyone who's new over here with Record Shop. I see Sakura, Wild Flashover. Welcome. Ego Death,
Welcome,
I don't remember
friends.
you either. Oh, love seeing some new faces. Awesome.
So-
All right.
Wait. Record shop interview.
You're doing both at the same time. Here, I'll post the link again in Instagram.
Can
That's
you guys
awesome.
hear them?
No.
No.
They can
Okay.
hear you guys. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Hopefully.
Well, they should come over here.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Red.
Come to live stream, you guys.
Cheers, Ego Death. Cheers from Atlanta here. Glad to hear you joining us from Texas.
Hey. Sweet.
Welcome, friends.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Vassy, thank you so much for trying out Twitch with us. I think something new for all of us to have you on and for you to come on Twitch. So yay. Today we are opening up the floor to everybody who's listening. Questions, we're taking them in. Vassy has promised to answer most of them at her discretion.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, keep it PG.
PG, totally fair. All right. Well, for those of us who didn't hear what you were just saying on Instagram, I'd love for you to just tell us here on Twitch the story of your name, because we were just listening to your music earlier today, and I caught on to.
Oh, yeah.
We were and trying to remember which song it was. Was it "Kick My Ass"?
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Vassy? Yeah.
Kick My Ass is a song I had written many years ago, and basically this was about, it metaphorically means that if you don't like what I'm about or like who I am, or basically it doesn't matter, like you can, because my name has the word ass in it, and so you know that expression, kiss my ass. So my ass, it's a long story, but in it is I dropped my name, my full authentic Greek name, which actually means the queen in Greek, believe it or not.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you. I am officially a queen. It's my father's mother's name, and she and we celebrate every New Year's Day. We're one of the saints that comes bearing gifts, and so they call us royalty, and basically that's where the name came from. But it's such a long name, so no one, Vasiliki. So I made it short and cut it to Vassy, and that's how Vassy started. So, yeah.
No, I love that line in that song. It was so cool. We heard it live earlier today. It's so awesome.
Thank you.
All the songs we previewed are really good.
Oh, yeah, so excited for the pack drop tomorrow, or early in the morning tomorrow. I guess it's tomorrow for all of us, right?
No, for Vassy, it's today. No.
Tomorrow is now.
Tomorrow.
I know.
I guess it's at like 4:30 a.m. tomorrow your time, I think.
Yeah, it's confusing with the time zones, you guys. It's confusing. It's a mess. It's a mess, but it's all good. I get to experience it twice, so I get to celebrate today and tomorrow.
Lucky. Lovely, lovely.
That's awesome. I see our first question coming in from Ego Death. How many hours a day do you practice, and what do you practice?
Oh, I don't.
Wow.
So that's not good. But
No, it's great.
no, I don't practice. I think there was a time when I did, and not so much now because your day gets consumed with a lot of stuff. But you're right. You should really practice your art. I think a lot of us fall into that trap where we just kind of end up, you know, not working on our muscles, because the voice is a muscle, and I should really be exercising it. I mean, we go to the gym, we do all that stuff. So thank you for reminding me. I will start to try and practice a bit more. When I have shows coming up, I do warm-ups and things like that, just to protect my vocal cords, you know, lubricate the vocals and things like that. Or I'll practice, you know, if I'm going to perform something for the first time and I don't want to like fuck up the lyric because it's the first time performing it, even though I've written it. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's right. So then I'll practice. But
Wow. So then I'm really curious then. So like maybe for someone who's like getting started, like I mean, is this something that you just kind of like practiced in passing, like, you know, singing songs in your car, or like was there a point in time where you were practicing a lot to kind of get to where you are with your like pitch recognition and everything?
I'm sorry, what was the first part of that?
Just like I'm just curious, like maybe as you were getting started or earlier in your career, was there a point in time when you were practicing a lot, or like how did you get to like being such a skilled vocalist? Like what was that journey like?
I just always knew I wanted to do music. I knew it from a young school choir, and I was told I don't know what it takes.
Oh wow.
I had something, and so just I did my journey. So just kind of found by exploring and figuring out, you know, my vibe. But I did start singing. So I was jazz club in Sydney because I was a degree in architecture at the time, and then I would just jump up on stage with the bands and do all this stuff just to kind of figure out my sound. Initially, I was really inspired by jazz, and so that's kind of how I found it, you know. But I don't know, it's evolved since then. But yeah, I'm not sure if that answers the question.
No, it does. I'm just curious, you know, like, you know, I come from a like producer background, like I'm kind of familiar with a few different ways people can take that journey. So I'm just curious kind of like how you got to where you are, and that's really cool that, you know, you kind of found your sound going to like jazz clubs. I feel I can hear that in some of the music in the drops. Like
Oh, yeah.
there's definitely like some jazz themes and concepts in there that are really fun. Loved it.
Oh, yeah. I
Thank
see we've got
you.
Disco Fries here with you.
Yeah, disco
Hey,
fries.
Disco Fries.
Oh, yeah,
Nick and
boys.
Dandy. How are you?
How is it working with
Yes.
them for Concrete Heart?
Well, the boys are awesome. They're very producers, and you know, they're very good at what they do, what they like and not like. It was really easeless working with them. Kind of, they got it straight away. You know, we had some conversation, and we got on the same page really quick. It was. We created a record. It's a soul, you know, uplifting dance pop record. We had a lot of, so we had success. That song went number one. We're really
Well done, well deserved.
Yeah. Could you give us a little bit of, I know you kind of told us a little bit about how you got started, but can you do a little bit more on sorry, getting distracted by the Instagram. But just share with us, like, one thing I really liked just from what you were saying with your teachers in high school saying, oh, you know, don't pursue this. What pushed you to still go and work towards being an artist, even though you were hearing these negative voices?
I think from a young age, I just knew instinctive artist, and so I think it missed me because I wasn't following the crowd, and that I got sidelined and rejected kind of class, and I was wrong opportunity, and that was I was evolved, and that I was aware of that, and so even though it hurt my feelings, I took that rejection direction, and it was actually a huge blessing disguised for me because it taught me I actually was a leader, not. And so at that age, I knew I had, something very special, and we kept that moment as become my philosophy because rejections are going to happen, and you're going to get a lot of them in the business. And so you just have to always look at as redirection because there's a reason for it. Encouraged by it. So because I know a lot of people do not strong, but it's when you put yourself out there and you're very vulnerable, and people say it's nice, and it all the time. People get targeted. But, it's okay. Like, everyone has their opinion. I just don't think people have to be nasty about it. Every artist or everyone, I can't make everyone happy. So I can only make myself. However, teachers is to never rush its dream. The teacher's role is to allow the dream out. This is where the teacher was wrong. I've obviously preached because I'm award-winning, but I did get an apology for many years about it. Happened to that teacher, but probably just still doing with it.
It's amazing. Good for you.
I love you guys.
Your internet.
Saying to hi everyone.
Yeah, your internet connection is pretty choppy here on Twitch, but it looks really good on Instagram, so I might just ask you to end the Instagram and let your internet focus on Twitch, if you're okay with that.
Cool. All right. So you guys, I'm going to right now on Twitch. Guys, thanks for the promise. I'll do another Instagram live soon. See a lot of you guys jumping on. All your beautiful faces. So, and then make my dropped. It goes live. Just click on the link in my bio or one of the links in my story. All your love and support, it means a lot to me. I love you guys. End this. Okay. So, now, okay, over 500 something. That's nice.
Yay!
Do I
That's
save
awesome.
this or what's up? What do I do?
Go for it. Save
Share
it.
But save it. I don't know how to save it. Share it.
That's weird. And I think your camera was a little nicer on your other phone. If you want to join from there, maybe while you're joining, we can talk a little bit about your drop. All right.
What? Sweet.
Yeah, let's just talk about what to expect tomorrow for anybody who's joining who hasn't heard of Record Shop before. We are a digital collectible marketplace that really focuses on artists, and we believe that music is valuable. So we believe that artists, and specifically the streaming industry where you go to listen to music on Spotify and YouTube, that's really difficult for a lot of artists because they're making fractions of a penny every time you stream a song. So what we believe is that we can help our artists like VASSY by sharing music in a digital collectible. So similar how you would buy a CD, you'd buy a record, or even like a sports trading card. That's sort of how we believe that we can help artists earn a living wage while also doing the things that they love to do. So that is what we really, really believe in. That's what we do here at Record Shop. We're really new and we're using NFT technology. VASSY did mention NFTs, but basically it's just the technology we use underneath. And it just makes sure that the ones that you buy are owned by you and nobody else can own that one. Like, again, same with a CD. Like, only you can own it.
Love that. That's a great explanation. Definitely trying to bring back that like physical, like tangibility to digital items, you know, having these collectible trading cards. And we were going through the cards earlier in the preview for anyone who missed it. You can go back to the Twitch videos and you can see like how detailed and thoughtful these collectibles are. So it's very clear that VASSY's put a lot of thought and heart into it. Welcome back.
Hi guys, I'm back.
So much better.
Okay.
So yeah, just as Chris was mentioning earlier today on a stream, we did go through and listen to pretty much everything that's going to be in the drop tomorrow. So go check that out. There's a couple things we didn't go look at, but I kind of want to go look at them now or while we're on stream now. Yeah, and to Chris's point earlier, we really could tell that you have this like jazzy, soulful background because it comes through in so many songs.
Thank you.
So let's pull up what a digital collectible from VASSY looks like. This is her rare artist card. Only 20 of these will be available. So cool. Like 20 total. That's it. It has this beautiful photo. You can get some... Oh my goodness, my screen is not changing at all when I click on it. There we go. Learn a little bit about VASSY.
I love this card. So excited for it.
I actually haven't even looked at this one yet. It is.
It's my first time seeing it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Impressed. What was the process like of putting these together, VASSY?
It was cool for me because it was sort of you know, like running down memory lane because it brought back lots of great memories and just made me think about, reflect back and think about my journey, where I came from, what I had to do to come to the point that I am now in my career. So it was cool because each song, you know, I write all my songs, so each of those songs has something in it that I went through in my life. So it was fun. It was fun. And then, you know, thinking about how to put it all together and stuff, like the creative side of it was cool. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I loved reading because it's exactly what you said. Every single collectible had the story attached to it, which is really nice that you don't get that on Spotify, right? On Spotify, you just listen to a track and like you're like, oh, okay, like it's a love song, great. But on the digital collectibles, which we're not seeing on this particular one here, but you've written out like, here's where I was in my life, here's what inspired me to write this. It's just so nice to like understand where your heart is at that moment.
Yeah, for sure. You're right. It's a more personable, intimate experience with the fans, which, you know, I want to do that because it's just cool. It's another cool way to interact with people around the world, you know, seeing as you can't go to where they are, so or they can't come to you to see you perform, and even when they see you perform, it's different. So, you know, they don't get that one-on-one, and this is pretty raw, you know. Most of those videos were shot here in my bedroom. This is the bedroom I grew up in as a kid, actually, as a teenager. This is the room that I discovered that I was going to become an artist. So because I'm in Australia at the moment, like, you know, so this is, yeah, the whole thing was kind of cool putting it together while I'm here, because this is where it all started, really, before I went to America. And
wow.
That's so cool.
VASSY, who are some of your influences growing up?
So I was really inspired by Billie Holiday as a vocalist. Cool. I really loved her voice because I found her voice to be an instrument, and I loved all the imperfections in it, and I liked how it was emotive. You know, it would move you. Just listening to her voice would evoke so much emotion. So she was my first, and she's like my everything. I loved her.
Oh,
And then through that, I discovered lots of really cool stuff like Gil Scott Heron and Bebel Gilberto, João Gilberto, like lots of Latin jazz, lots of cool funk Afrobeat jazz. This is the stuff that triggered me and really excited me. So yeah, and then through that, my music kind of became. I sort of developed this indie, quirky, sort of soulful sound, and that's how it all started. And then the dance thing just sort of happened because I always loved dance music, but after my song that I'd written and performed on with David Guetta blew up, around the world, and it just went nuts. That song just put me on the map globally in the EDM dance space. And then from there, like my journey took off in a different way in terms of genres and things like that. So it's cool. I mean, it's a very loyal community, the dance community. They're very loyal, and we stick together. It's really a very special community. I think music is the fuel. The force that helps a lot of us get through stuff. So sometimes I feel like what we do isn't that important, right? Because we're just making music. We're not like doctors saving lives. But sometimes I'll get messages from fans and they'll say some really just beautiful stuff, and it makes me think, shit, I have this position here. I created this song, but this song really changed someone's life, and because of that, I've had a positive impact on their life, and it led them to make a decision that's been beneficial for them and changed their life. So, I just it gives me goosebumps because I just feel like some of the stuff I've read over the years. I mean, really, people in dark places, almost about to commit suicide, saying that my music helped them get through that dark place, and that for me is just everything. So
That's amazing.
yeah. I mean, not doctors saving lives, but saving lives, improving lives in another way, right? Like the work
in
you
another
do is
way.
obviously very clearly impactful to people. That's so incredible.
Yeah, well, I think about when I go for bike rides, I love listening to music that I like listening to. And it just puts me in a good mood straight away, like even if I've had a crappy day. So I can see how that could, because obviously I don't listen to myself. I don't sit there and, have the VASSY playlist on. There are a couple of my songs where I still to this day, I can listen to them and be like, okay, sure, yeah, that was good. But most of the time, if I'm listening to myself, I'm just like, God damn it, I should have said this, or why did I cut it this way?
I
But
can
that's
only
why I love
imagine.
remixes, because the remixes are so dope. Really good remixers and producers. They take my vocals and they just give it a whole new life. So then I get to hear the record in this. I feel like it's a new song again. I'm like, oh wow, that's a new song. I can listen to it.
Love that. Yeah, I can only imagine what it's like to hear someone's like. Because I bet when after you've heard the original track so many times, you're just like by the time it's out, you got to be tired of it, right? So I'm sure it's really
Oh yeah.
exciting to hear like a remix, like someone's
I,
completely different take, right?
Yeah, I'm over it. The only time I like to hear it is when I'm performing. Like, so for example, if I perform bad, I can literally perform that song on repeat all night, and the crowd is so fulfilled. So that song never gets tiring to do live. But yeah, listening to myself just to listen to myself, I can't do it. It's just no, I'm done. I've checked out of myself.
I can only imagine.
We definitely noticed the Billie Holiday vibes earlier when we were
I can
listening.
hear it
It was
now that you said
amazing.
it. I can hear it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm telling you, you know I thought my voice was weird at first, so I was a bit insecure about my voice when I was younger because I have a different sort of an instrument. And the reason why she resonated with me was because she has that different instrument too. And sometimes, even though my voice now, it has a lot of power, and I can belt, in chest voice and stuff. But it's actually not really my. I prefer a more intimate sound, and so she taught me that you don't have to, scream or belt, or that it's about pulling the listener in, through an emotive delivery. And so that's what I really learned from her. I mean, she had a very painful, dark story, which was way more palatable to share, and people loved it. But she had a terrible life, so the pain was in her voice, like it was legit. So, yeah, I mean, it was wild. Her story's wild. I've read her autobiographies. Like, I have all her albums. She's something else. She's one of a kind.
Wow, I have to read up on it. I'm not even familiar. I have to check
I'm
it
not
out.
that familiar.
Oh yeah, she had it all: abused and homeless, and assaulted, and she was a heroin addict later because she grew up during the era where racism was really bad back then, and just she was in a lot of abusive relationships. She was abused from a young age, so it was tough for her.
Wow.
But yeah, so singing for her was her only escape. From pain.
Wow. I mean, one of the things that we really noticed when we were listening to your music earlier today is it definitely that your voice on some of the songs, it's much more poppy, but on some of the other songs, yeah, it's much like it's so specifically you. Like you listen to it and you're like, okay, yeah, that's VASSY. Like there's no one else that sounds quite like that. It's really nice to hear it, and we don't get to hear that different sound very often, so it's really fun. So thank you
so much.
Thank you for allowing everyone to hear that, like bringing us into your world.
So
Thank
excited.
you. Yeah, I appreciate that so much. I know in a lot of the big dance EDM records I've done in the past, you don't get to hear that so much because the voice is there's just so much production. It's overproduced, So some of the stuff that's on this collectible pack of mine is really a bit more stripped back, but still lots of electronic elements in there. So yeah,
amazing. And you surprised us over the holidays with the Christmas acoustics.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Oh yeah, so I'm a little bit of a dork when it comes to that. I love Christmas songs. So I've been doing it for years, and it was really exciting to do that for the record shop community, for all the fans on the Discord platform. It's a great community, and I didn't know if they would like it, but when we did the drop, the reaction was great. So I was like, okay, cool. I thought I was going to get criticized, be like, what's this? This isn't, EDM or dance or whatever. It's just
No, it was
like
such an
nerdy
awesome
Christmas songs.
It's such an awesome
Got
surprise.
into it. I was like, cool, that's what's up.
Like, I had no idea it was even really happening until people started posting pictures of their new VASSY card. I was like, wait, what VASSY card? Like, what happened? Like chasing down, like.
Did you see one of the guys? I don't remember, but he put a Christmas hat on my head, and then that one, I was like, that was cool. I should have thought of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
That sounds like a Phileas.
Yeah, it does sound kind of like Phileas, honestly.
Yeah, it was cool. No, that was fun. I really enjoyed that because it just kind of came out of nowhere. Everyone's like, whoa, what happened? Like Christmas time, But yeah, my Christmas gift to all.
It was.
After all, I am named after the saint that bears gifts, so.
It's only natural, right?
Yeah.
Babis in the comments has mentioned a couple of things now. The first thing they asked is if you've been inspired by any Greek artists.
Oh yeah, I grew up listening to Greek music because of my mom. My mom has music on 24/7. So if I got music from somewhere, it's my mom. But my mom's music is Greek music. So I want to say no because I haven't. But I want to say yes in the sense that I love Greek music, and I love the, I never went down that lane. But I think the cool thing about Greek music is very passionate, and it's uplifting and it's passionate and it's very soulful. So maybe those elements came through, through me.
I'd say
more
those
of
are
an
some good words to describe.
English way.
Yeah, good. Those are good ways to describe like how you write and what we were hearing. So maybe from that perspective.
Can definitely hear it.
And and we were talking yesterday. Chris and I were like blown away that you speak 4 languages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Oh.
wild.
top secret.
And we saw one of your collectibles. Was it Cover You in Kisses? You did one
Oh,
en
yeah.
français?
Oh, Francais.
I did a French version, yeah.
Yeah, I need to listen. I want to make sure I get that one tomorrow so I can listen to the French version.
Yeah, when
So
I
you're from
used to live
Canada.
in France, I learnt my French there, and people used to tell me I sounded like Grace Jones, because I have this accent, So it was cool. Anyway, so then I was like, oh, I got to do a song in French. So I wrote this. This is like my very first song that I'd written in French, but it's a translation. So there's some words in there that, might not be grammatically correct, but I just, but
that's
it's,
awesome.
I'm still really proud of it. So
How does like speaking so many languages and having so like I don't know. I know French, but like it hurts my brain sometimes to think of it. So like I just wonder how that impacts your lyric writing and how that just influences when you're writing.
I think sound, I think because different languages use different parts of your vocal cords. So it's you're actually exercising your muscle without realizing it. And so it helps you with singing, I find, because I now can make all these weird sounds, right? Because I speak different languages. So like in the French language, for example, there's a sound that only the French have. And then in the Greek language, we obviously roll our R's like the Spanish do, but then we have another sound that doesn't exist in the Spanish language. And so you're tapping into different parts of your muscle to utilize that. And actually, when I first learned French, I remember, oh my God, I was getting so sore because, because of the trying to make those sounds. I was like, Jesus Christ. And then I got used to it after a while, but it was because it's a new, when you go to the gym, if you start working out for the first time or you work a new part of your muscle body, it gets sore. So it's the same concept, but I think it helps because when you're singing, you're able to get really unusual sounds out. So it's helped me, I think.
That's so cool. I never really thought about that aspect, right? Like, yeah, I know that because as we talk to, I speak Spanish somewhat well. Yeah, there's sounds that you just don't use in English and vice versa. So I never thought about how that could apply to singing. That's really interesting perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. People say, they don't hear your accent when you're singing. So I don't know. It's just interesting. You're like, oh, why don't people don't hear accents when you're singing? But there are some things that they do. Like I know over the years when I was recording stuff, I say certain words with different sounds, and sometimes the vocal engineers would tell me, oh, can you make it sound more like this? Which was more of an American sound. And I was like, oh, I can, but that's forcing it to sound like, I don't sound that way. So, but yeah, pay attention to that. If you listen to like little things, like even listen to Adele, the way she says stuff, like British, you can pick it up more so with British artists or Australian singers. There's like little idiosyncrasies, little things that stand out. It's because of the accent.
No, it totally makes sense. But yeah, that's also a good point. Like, I never really thought about how, like Adele, like I never really think of her having an accent when she's singing, but I've seen interviews with her and she clearly does. Like, but for some reason you just don't pick up on it when someone's singing. I never even, never even noticed that until you just pointed it out. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
One of the other things. Oh, I just saw Babas asked another question. Do you have a favorite musical instrument?
I used to play I was learning the saxophone years ago. So I love the saxophone. I find it a very sexy instrument. But I have to say, still to this day, I'm a sucker for piano. I just love piano stripped back on its own. I could listen to a pianist play a piece with nothing else. I mean, I love strings and everything, but just piano. Herbie Hancock was my favorite piano player. He's an incredible jazz piano player, an incredible artist, but I could listen to Herbie Hancock, you know, on repeat all day. Just him on the piano is amazing.
Love it.
That's
Yeah,
super cool.
keep asking questions in the comments here. We will make sure VASSY answer them. That now they ask, do you like bouzouki?
I do like it. Yeah, it's cool. It's not come up in my music yet, but it's a very cool instrument. I mean, it's, you know, it's wild. Like, it's very unique. There's nothing
gotta
quite
Google
like
it.
it.
I gotta do a Google search too.
Yeah, I'm Googling it.
I don't
I
know.
know, I was
I'm not
about
familiar
to.
with bouzouki.
It's a
a
long
traditional-
necked flute.
Yeah, it's a traditional Greek instrument, but it has a very specific sound.
That's cool.
Very
Very cool.
specific. When you hear it, it's Greek off the bat.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Brings back fun memories.
Yeah.
Pretty
Awesome.
instrument.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. It looks like they put a lot of work into it. Everybody says they're Googling it now. One other thing Chris and I just learned about you over the last few days is that I was shocked and impressed by is that you run everything to do with VASSY all on your own. All of your social media, everything, keeping organized. I'm just like, first of all, very impressed. Congratulations. I can barely keep my life together, so and I don't have a brand to run. So how does that play into kind of everything? Like, obviously you're choosing to do this for a reason. Why do you choose to do it all yourself?
Well, I don't do everything on my own. Like, I have teams of people that do stuff, obviously, but when it comes to socials, I'm very hands-on with that because I want to stay authentic to my fans, and I just want to also see my fans and acknowledge them. So by being the person that's, you know, is hands-on and actually does all the posts and creates the content or whatever, I just get way more rapport and feedback with my fans, and I've gotten to know fans this way. Because in the past, like, I would have someone do it for me, whatever. You know, it helps because you get busy and you don't have time to sit there and respond to everyone. But I then didn't know what fans I had. And I like getting to know my fans. They mean a lot to me. They're very important to me. And even though I can't, like, always respond to all your comments, like all the comments in like a full on, because it just takes too much time and it hurts my hands. But even if I just give them like a little love heart, I just want them to know that I totally see them and I hear them and I'm paying attention to everything. So, you know, a lot of this fans slide into the DMs and I never ignore people. I always respond. I only ignore them and put them, you know, that block thing or restrict when they start to piss me off because, you know,
Right.
give an inch, they take a mile. So then I'm like, okay. I've actually had to say to a few fans, you know, because I'll be really nice and cool and then, you know, they'll come back and I'll say, look, that's awesome, but please don't make me block you. Like, and then they realize in that moment, like, oh, you're right. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, cool. Don't block me. And then they're cool and they chill out. You know, they just get a little excited and you just have to teach them, like, it's all good. You know, it's cool. I'm going to acknowledge you, but be respectful of my time too. I don't want to ignore you and hurt your feelings, but I got shit to do, man. Like, fucking chill. So it's cool. I'm enjoying it. There might come a time again where I might not be able to, but for right now, if it like moves my heart because, you know, like I said, without my fans, you know, you need fans to be an artist. You can do what you're gonna do, but you want to share your work, you know, and you want to feel how it's affecting people, and that's what inspires you to continue to make art. So that's why they're so important to me, and I want them to feel special, that I cherish their time that they're spending on my platform. So if I can respect their time, that's telling, you know. I think some artists can't. I get it because they have millions of fans, but like even like someone like Steve Aoki, I know he obviously has a big team and that does that, but he's really hands-on too, and it just says a lot about an artist. Like, he cares about his fans. So
Yeah, it's like doing the dirty work and like it. Yeah, I could see how like reciprocating that to people and showing them that how much you care. I mean, I think it shows, right? Like, I think we all know people that are artists, and they even if they're not like super huge yet, like they seem like they're unapproachable somehow, and I think that could be a big turnoff for fans. So, big
Yeah.
props to you for taking on it's not easy work. I'm sure. I can only imagine how it is like hand talk to like every person that's trying to reach out to you. Big props.
Yeah, I think there's a way to do it, without it taking too much of your time. So, but it's nice. You get to know your fans too. The faces become familiar, and they become part of your family. They're part of your
Mhm.
journey. So they mean a lot to me. I mean, they really, really do, and I love it. Like, it's very exciting for me. So I actually really enjoy, going online later in the day or whatever. The time zones all over the place for me now. But then I'll read the comments. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then, all the DMs. And it's fun because they're my community. So, I consider them friends.
How do you
Oh, that's awesome.
balance that? Like, obviously, because social media, I think for almost anyone can become all consuming. So how do you manage that just for your mental health?
It's tough because the way that I manage it is that I just stick to the platforms that I enjoy, because I can't, I literally cannot, I don't want to be someone that's on the phone 24/7. I physically can't, and I don't have the time. I'm also a businesswoman, and I'm, running a lot of things and have to be on top of my stuff. And I'm also a creator, so I have to be in the studio and write. I write my songs and I just go in and sing them. So I have to think about what to write, and I have to be inspired. So that means not being on social media. When I'm on social media, most of the time I'm on specifically to acknowledge my fans. I don't spend too much time, scrolling and stuff, because that's like, you can get lost in that. That's why I stay off TikTok as much as possible. I have a TikTok account and I try to get into it and do some things, but it literally will suck your life, and I will not allow that. I cannot do that. I just can't. It's just too much. So, I just sort of stick to, whatever, and keep it, like, organic. I think that's the thing, just not forced. So, but it's funny because my fiance, he's always, because I'm on my phone a lot, obviously, having said all that. And he's always saying to me, put that down, So I have to be respectful that I also have a private life outside of my music business. And, I got to put the VASSY life away for a second, and then just be, like a normal girl, not VASSY, and try to be a partner to someone as well. Because otherwise, forget it. You can't have a personal life. It just wouldn't work. But you guys come first. Just FYI, don't tell it. You're my number one. I feel like I'm having an affair. Sometimes I go to the bathroom with my phone, be like, okay, I'll be back. And then reply to some Instagram messages and be like, okay, I'm back now.
I was in the middle of this message.
That's so funny.
And it's crazy though too, like you almost can't escape the TikTok phenomenon anymore. I find myself even on like Instagram or Facebook just scrolling through videos and like, why? I gotta stop. Like it just makes me want to use them even less than I wanted to already. Like, because it's so addicting. I definitely hear what you're saying. Oh God. It's a crazy
It's
world.
addictive for reals. That's why I'm saying, like, I stay off it because it's full on. I mean, I've been on it a few times, but it's full on. If I jump on, oh my God, game over. You are on this thing for hours. And then it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, what the hell did I just do?
Yeah, I know it is. Especially like winding down for like. I get that's an interesting perspective from Sakura Ryoko in chat. Twitter is the best for music. Which is curious. I feel like musicians tend to do best on Instagram, as best I can tell, just looking at people's stats and stuff. My gut feeling, I don't know. I mean, I'm curious how you feel about that. Where's the best place for music?
I think Instagram, because I think there's less pressure for video content, and I think as artists, okay, here's my theory on it, right? This isn't like the right or wrong. There's no black and white, and everyone's different. But I think when you're an artist, you're an artist. So you're making art, okay? So you then use your platform to share your art. And you also want to like share your journey a little bit, because the fans, you don't want to just be promoting all the time, like, oh, check this comes out tomorrow, drop this, drop that, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, chill, like overload. So you also got to just say, hi, you know, this is me doing something normal. Here's another selfie of me. I mean, just like,
Yeah.
you feel like a little bit of a wank after a while. You're like, there's another selfie, oh, me posing again. But that's kind of what your fans want to see, because they want to see you, and they want to just feel, you know, connected to you. And now, once you move over into the TikTok world, right, their videos, you don't just post a photo or something. And now those videos have to be creative. You can't just, you could like post something, but that's the whole thing of TikTok. So you've got to really think about what you're posting. But, and it's sort of a strategic thing, you know, you follow like a trend or something. And then like, there's a lot of comedy and dance and stuff like that that's integrated in these videos, or something informative. So it has a different purpose. And but here's the cool thing about TikTok, and that's why it's exploded for a lot of people. People that don't have that are not artists, say, and like with music, where this is what we do, this is our talent. Other people that haven't found their talent, or maybe don't have a talent specifically, develop a talent and a set of skills in multimedia and social media combined into this one, you know, world. And now they've exploded and they've become stars in their own right. So they've found their own talent and their own voice, even though they didn't really have a talent before. Ironically, this is their talent. So it has it's given people a platform, and some people are just so good at it. Like, that's their talent. I mean, that's their artistry.
Yeah.
So I think when you already have an artistry, you know, no offense to the people that you just don't have time to, then you kind of have to focus on what you're doing. And so that's, I think, why TikTok for musicians is tough. When you're really famous, like a Kim Kardashian, you know what I mean? You could just post whatever and it doesn't matter. You don't have to think about it. But I think when you're an artist doing your thing, a lot of these videos, they're just sort of gimmick type videos. But, you know, like a friend of mine who's not even in the music industry, I checked her videos one day because she sent me something, and I said, what the hell? She's this like normal chick that has like corporate job. She's on TikTok doing all this crazy shit, you know, that funny stuff for you. And I was like, what the fuck happened to you? It was like this whole other.
That's
and she
awesome.
found her world. Like, she's a star in her own show on TikTok. And then in her everyday life, she's, you know, she's got a desk job. She's a corporate chick. So it's like, oh my God, this wild side of her came out on TikTok.
That is so cool. And I love seeing that too. It's just, I guess that's part of what they call the creator economy, right? Like, there's just so many things to get good at. Like, I'm not trying to degrade anybody's capability. I know it's all hard to be good at, but like, you know, if you're good at, like, if you're decent at lots of things rather than like incredible at like shooting movies, right? You can like shoot engaging content that's fun and like funny all at the same time. Like, that's a lot of things to get good at or decent at even.
Totally.
So it's interesting to see how like just getting like the right combination of that package can really kind of take people to another level of like kind of fame and notoriety.
Yeah.
It's a different world.
Well, and Sakura commented again that promotions, I think that's when we were talking about Instagram. So promotions, on Instagram, fans for Twitter. And I think one thing that I noticed you do on Twitter, VASSY, is like you'll shoot off just like a one-line message on Twitter where it's just kind of personable, right? Like, it's kind of your thoughts that day, or you're responding to someone and you're saying, oh, that's so sweet, thank you. Like, it really feels like you, and it really, like, because you don't have to attach a photo to it, you can really just shoot it off and respond to someone without, you know, making it all like perfect for Instagram. So I understand what you're saying, Sakura.
Yeah, I can see it being maybe a better way to engage with fans, like in a more personal, direct way, for sure. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
But then again, if in VASSY's case, where she has so many, like, you have so many people who are commenting and you can respond to them or you can DM them on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. I love Twitter for that, though. Twitter's super random, and you just spent, and I have no, like on Instagram, I know, okay, I'm going to post, you know, once a day or maybe every second day, and then I'm going to do a story. On Twitter, there's no, I personally have no schedule, no rhythm. It's just so random. and it makes no sense. Like I'll think of something, I'll be like, fuck, what the fuck? You know, I'm like, I want to share that shit. Like something's just bugging me, and I'm like, I wonder about, it's like, does anyone else, like, I had to go and do an MRI the other day, and they were putting me in the thing, and I said, oh no, hell no, I can't do this. I go, up, back it up. And then I got out. I couldn't do it. And they're like, would you like something to be sedated? I said, nope, don't want anything. I'm not doing it. It's done. It's never going to happen. So I just posted about it. I was like, is it just me? Like, I'm so claustrophobic. And then, you know, everyone was saying all this stuff, or just like random stuff. Like, do you guys, you know, are you a coffee drinker or a tea drinker? And is there anyone else that's a decaf person, or am I the only weirdo? Like, all these just things, and people like, oh, it's funny because people love that stuff way more than anything else. Like, you'll talk about, oh, I'm dropping this, and be like, yeah, that's cool, great. You ask them a question, it's like, whoa, everyone wants to. let me tell you about me, you know. And they're like, well, I did this once, make it so specific, and you're like, shit. Wow, that's so cool. I think once I said something simple like, okay, breakfast or dinner, you know, and I was like, whoa.
Started a war.
Crazy
we all know
stuff
the
like
answer
that.
is breakfast.
Well, it's cool. Well, some people like have breakfast even for dinner, but it's cool because I actually genuinely am interested in like what other people think. So it's kind of cool to be like, oh, that's cool, you know. So actually, Twitter is a great place if you want to find out an answer to a question. You just tweet it, and then bang, people give you information, you know, and you're like, oh, that's cool. So it's fun. Twitter's way more fun. Instagram and all that other stuff is a little like, I don't know, not boring, but it's Twitter's just so random. It's just conversational stuff. It's cool.
Awesome. And
So
up and coming towards the end of this month, you're joining us in our mentorship program for Women of Dance. So thank you so much. I'm so excited. So just for everyone who maybe isn't aware of that program, we had a Label Radar program up, and we had some artists submit to be a part of the mentorship program. So 5 mentees are going to have the opportunity to be mentored by VASSY, DJ Rap, Juliet Sikora, and Obi Fernandez in individual sessions. Will be group sessions with the 5 mentees. But really these personal sessions, getting to really get to know VASSY, ask her questions on her career and really learn and take those in. I was wondering if, and I didn't prepare you for this at all, and so apologize, but is there one tip that you would give to pretty much anyone who's starting out their career in music, and especially, you know, women who face a lot of extra challenges in the electronic music industry?
Yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure to be a mentor because I remember growing up, I really wished I had a great female mentor. It would have really helped me. I had to figure a lot of stuff out on my own, and it's not easy, and it's tough, and it's way harder for women in the business, period. And it's even harder for women in the dance genre business. So it's super boys club, and it's super DJ club too. So that's another thing. Like, I'm not even a DJ. So now I'm a chick who's not a DJ in a boys club, and I'm an artist as well. Like, you know, so to keep my own and do my own thing and be respected for my work and just continue to succeed, I've had to make some very strategic moves and say no to certain things to be true to myself, even though I probably missed out on opportunities, or you know, I didn't force certain things on myself. So even though I was told many times, you know, DJ because of this and this and that, I like the DJing thing. I think it's a cool concept. I get it. You can DJ and you can play everyone's songs. Guess what? Now everyone likes you because you're playing everyone's songs. You don't have to write. You don't have to create music if you don't want to. You could just DJ and you're good. It's a lifestyle choice, you know. And now you're accessing a lot of people on a regular basis because you're way more bookable as a DJ than you are as just an act, you know. So these are some things that I just made choices because I wanted to be authentic to myself, which I've sustained over the years. And my advice to anyone out there, and especially women, but everyone, my advice to everyone is just believe in yourself and just, you got to put the work in. Don't expect anything to happen. You got to do it yourself. So be as hands-on as you can. It's really important. You're also going to learn a lot of things by doing it and not get burnt, because a lot of artists like myself in the earlier part about my career before I blew up in that, I got burnt. I didn't know. I was naive, and I trusted people to do the right thing by me, and they don't, and they won't. So have a good lawyer is another thing. And to the women out there, though, just be true to yourself, and don't be afraid to ask for what you want. You don't have to be aggressive about it. You can be very graceful about it. But it is important, because, you got to respect yourself first. That's the most important thing. And I think a lot of women are afraid to speak up, because they think, when women do it, it's like, she's being bitchy or diva. And when a guy does it, he's just simply asking for what he wants. It's different. So just keep doing it. There'll come a time in your career where, people will then know who you are and you're respected, and it's okay. But in the beginning part of your career, don't be afraid to do it in a just a cool way. Like try to just see the bigger picture. The bottom line is do whatever you feel is right. Like follow your gut. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. So that would be my advice, because it's tough. I know a lot of women email me, message me, sorry, slide into the DMs and ask stuff, and it's a tough one. But every journey is different, so you kind of have to navigate through it in your own way, with your own style and mannerisms and things like that. So
wow, thank you. It's like, I think we heard a lot of similar from DJ Rap, where she talks about having to set those boundaries for herself. It's just like, and even like I'm not in an artistic role, and setting those boundaries, and it's exactly what you're saying, like figuring out how to ask for things where that's changed a lot for me over my career. Still in a boys club career, typically in IT and all of that, but I hear you. I'm really, really, really looking forward to the mentorship programs, and you being able to actually talk with like a really small group and give those specific examples, some specific feedback too. I'm really excited.
Cool. I'm excited as well. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much for having me, you guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, we appreciate you joining us. Really, really appreciate you. I'm so excited for tomorrow's drop. So soon.
Yeah.
Right around the corner, it feels like now.
Yeah. Kate, do you still the link? Can you throw it in the chat?
Yeah, I can do that.
And I'm going to jump on, once we get off here, I'm going to jump on Discord real quick. So if anyone wants to say hi, I'll be there.
Awesome.
Say what's up. Yeah. And I'm excited about tomorrow. So wait, hang on. Tomorrow? No, wait, hang on. Does it go live in a few hours? Is that what we mean?
No, it's how many hours away are we now?
Almost a little under 18
hours. Oh my
God.
I thought
about 18 hours.
I thought it was like 4 a.m. for you when it goes
I think
live.
it's 4 a.m. for you on Friday.
Oh, it's 4 a.m. on Friday?
Yeah.
Or Thursday.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just thought we were
on
going
Friday.
live like tonight at midnight, your time. No. It's Thursday it drops, so it'll be tonight, your time.
It's Thursday at 3 p.m., which
Eastern.
I believe, Eastern, so like New York time.
Thursday. Oh, okay.
Which will be noon Pacific, so like LA time.
So basically, so it's Thursday 3 p.m. It goes live.
Yeah, New York time.
Thursday, Thursday 3 p.m. New York time, it goes live.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So that'll be Friday for me.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Well,
you'll be sleeping.
Well, I hope you guys get a pack. It'll be fun to see, people getting packs, and then whatever they do with it is up to them after that. That's the cool thing about it. Like once people buy something, it's then they have a piece of you, but they can do whatever they want with you. So you're just like, you're like, shit, what are you gonna do with me? I hope you take care of me.
Take care of your little VASSY.
But
Yeah,
you were
I'm
talking.
just like,
You were talking in some of the collectibles about the remixes, because you have featured a lot of remixes in your in the collectibles that you're dropping. So like obviously you love those.
I do, yeah. I love remixes. Remixes are fun because, like I said, they're the best way to. For me, it's self-indulgence because I love to hear. I don't want to hear my song again after I've like heard it a zillion times while working on it, and especially when you're in the studio and you're mixing as well and stuff. Oh my God, you'll hear everything like over and over and over again. So when people take the acapella and they remix it, they just bring a new life to the record for me in a way that I've never imagined. So I get to have a sensorial experience of my song in just a unique way, and it's really cool for me. It's exciting. Sometimes I wish I had put that version out instead of the original, but you know, so it's cool. Yeah, remixes are dope. They're very talented. Remixes, what they do. I think it's really cool.
And you also have a remix competition going on Label Radar right now too, right?
I do, yeah. So
Oh,
I'm really
cool.
excited about it. It's it's on right now. If you want to be part of it, just check it out. Like go to Label Radar. The link was in my bio on Insta, but I changed it to the drop bio. So just check that out. And then I'm excited in Australia. We're launching next month. I'm putting out a new package of my song Tough with GT Off Ice. And we have a whole bunch of amazing Australian producers on board that have done phenomenal remixes. And that goes to radio here in Australia. So I'm really, really excited about that too. That's going to be lots of fun.
Amazing.
Super cool.
Amazing. Do you have anything else going on that we should know about before we log off for today?
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited because actually next week I will be launching my my VASSY merchandise. Woohoo!
Yay! What kind of
that's
merch do you
exciting.
have?
Yeah, what is it?
I'll start posting about it, but it's really cool. I have these really, really hip hoodies and shirts, but I'm a hoodies girl when I'm not dressed girly girl. I'm actually super tomboyish, so I love my hoodies. I have these hoodies, but then I have cool special. You'll see, but I'm basically putting in my songs that you guys know into the shirts, so you guys get to see. Yeah, so I'm excited about it, but that's happening next week, which I'm really excited about.
I'm excited to check it out. You'll have to drop it in Discord too.
Yeah, we want to see it.
Please.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay, that's a good idea. I will. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. All right, I'll do one more round of waiting for questions from the audience, but I do want to give VASSY back her time.
Last chance, y'all.
And Astrofusion was just saying that they love your photography and they love your outfits. And we had a lot of conversation about the outfits that you had on your collectibles earlier today.
Your shoes. I need a few of your pairs of shoes. I've decided. So.
Oh my God, thank you. That was styled by Ethan, who's very talented. So if it's the one that I'm thinking, but yeah, those kicks are very cool. The kicks are very cool.
The gold and black ones are my favorite.
The gold and black are dope. And I think the gold and black are they're the kicks, right?
Yeah.
The kicks. Yeah. I think they're Chanel's actually. I think if it's the one I think. Yeah, I don't have the photo in front of me, but thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I'm a kicks girl. I love kicks. Kicks all day. If I could be in just jeans, kicks, and hoodies, I'd be in heaven. Yay!
Yeah.
Got it sorted.
That would be awesome. I would love that.
Babis has one more question, and they've asked it like 3 times, and we keep losing it as it goes.
Forgot about it.
They really want to know if you watch Eurovision.
Oh, no.
Is that a
Sorry, I
movie?
don't. No, it's
There
a big
was a movie, but it's
competition.
it's based on like real life Eurovision.
Oh, it's based on the. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't watch it because not that I don't want to watch it or I don't like it. I'm just not. I don't think I've been very interested in competitions. Period. So I've just never really gotten into that. I don't understand competitions. It's not like for me. So that's probably why. But Eurovision really put on a show. I mean, there's some phenomenal talent. Like I've seen snippets of stuff, and I think to myself, wow, there's some amazingly like incredible, talented people out there. And I can see the purpose for it because some people need a platform. They're not able to do it in the way that certain people like myself or other artists. You sort of have to just start making your art and you put in the time. And some people struggle with that. So having this platform where they can just go on and be part of a competition and show what they have, and then be judged and stuff like that. I mean, first of all, like that's scary to do that. I would feel so, oh my God, embarrassed. So good on them for being brave to do that. And then I think, it really helps to launch their careers. So there's a thing for everyone, and Eurovision it's huge. It's a big deal. So
I mean, I wonder if there's like if people actually kind of imagine that's how you get quote unquote discovered, right? Like it's some sort of audition or something that you go to, and like a board of label directors decides that you're going to be the next face for their label or something. But in my understanding is that that's not usually how it happens. You're already out there making your music, like creating your art, and you slowly like build your team and find your people. At least for most of the people that I've talked to or gotten to know.
It can happen for some people. It definitely can.
Wow.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like people, get on these reality TV shows or things like The Voice or America's Got Talent or Eurovision, and that's how they do it. And they're very talented, But then there's other people that they're just truly, authentically artists. And if you're an artist, you don't do competitions. I mean, you just don't. You are who you are. It is what it is. So you just do your art, and then you eventually get recognized for it and discovered for it. But I think that a lot of artists, there's a time where they get discovered, and someone in their career comes into the picture and becomes a catalyst for them, and it pivots from there. And then there's other artists who are like Justin Bieber, discovered from a young age and then developed, signed, and literally their entire career is mapped out for them for the next decade. So it's just different for different people. But those situations, like a lot of artists that are big in the US, that people think, oh wow, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Like even like Billie Eilish, right? She didn't come out of nowhere. They were working on her since she was a kid. I mean, she was doing music for a long, long time. So the work is there. It's just people don't see it, and it's not talked about. Like when you blow up, you don't then say, "Oh, by the way, I've been doing this for 10 years, and now I just blew up." It's just
well, I'm brand new to you. So
you keep the story palatable and attractive, and it's just like, oh, I don't know, I didn't know I was gonna, and then I just blew up. It's like, yeah, dude, okay.
I don't know how this happened. I only spent 10 years preparing for this moment.
I wasn't trying to be a pop star. I don't know. I just was,
That's funny.
Not her. I'm just saying in general, like that. But it's just there's a lot of work that goes into it, and there should be. You want something like that, you got to earn it. You don't just get it like that.
Yeah, agreed.
So.
Agreed. Just checking through the comments. See, Ego Death says, just creating is the competition to become better at your craft.
I love that.
I like that. Let's
that.
bring that up
cool.
on the stream.
That is cool.
Competing against yourself.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, folks, I think this has been really fabulous to get to know you better, VASSY. We're going to go and raid another stream that's happening right now. I would like to still continue to support some other women artists. I see two who are on right now, Jess U and Ali K DJ. So Jess U is playing some techno. Ali K is some melodic house. Do we have any preferences of who we want to go listen to?
Let's do melodic house.
I had a feeling Chris would say that.
Ah, what?
I was shocked because I would have picked techno. All right, folks. Thank you
I'm
so
sure that might be
much.
good. It was a bit of a coin flip for me, honestly.
It's all good. You know
I
what?
just prefer to
Ali K
support
had
smaller streams. That's why.
she
Just
had
Ali K
she
has
does have a
that.
smaller stream, so we'll bring her some people. Thank you all so much. We will see you tomorrow. 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here on Twitch again. Hit the follow button because we'll be talking about the drop. I'm gonna open up one of my packs that I buy live. Chris and Kate or whoever else is on might do it too. So come check it out. We are so excited. But thank you for hanging out with us today.
Good seeing y'all.
Good
Thanks. Good seeing you. Take care. You go to Nuno.
Hi, team.
It's so nice to meet some new friends.
Yeah, seeing some
Come
new
hit
friends.
follow. We'll see you
Sakura
later.
Ryoko, good seeing you as well. Babis, thanks
Bye.
for joining. See y'all soon.